You got a tattoo? Then you gotta have a story behind it. We're Tat-Stories, and we bring our viewers those stories. We've got the kahuna at the GoldenState Tattoo Expo in Pasadena. Yeah, it's Nirvana. Our first story comes from a gal with epic TV color sleeves. Our second is a mohawk Spider-Man wearing artist. Yep. Finally, a right side black back tongue twister.
This is Kahuna for Tat-Stories. I'm here with Melissa. She's getting her back inked. I'm here to tell you, you know what caught our eyes? She's got a TARDIS on her. Now, anybody who's a Doctor Who fan knows exactly what that is. If you don't, watch the show. Now, Melissa, tell me, what piece of ink on your body are you the most proud of and why?
Oh, that's a tough question, actually. Probably the Doctor Who sleeve.
Doctor Who sleeve. All right, tell them what's on it and tell them why you put it there.
Okay, well, I'm a giant nerd, geek, whatever you want to call it, and my two favorite shows in the world are Firefly, right arm, and Doctor Who, the left arm. I just think Doctor Who, I don't know, I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm not a religious person, and yet I find that Doctor Who has a lot of really good life lessons. And I think the world would be a better place if more people watched it.
I agree, and they could actually figure out what a TARDIS is, because, you know, it's really important you know that. Now, tell me, why Firefly? I mean, we're gonna get a picture of each of those sleeves, because I want to make sure people get it.
Why not Firefly? I mean, it's literally like cowboys in space, and I mean, there's eye candy, there's good dialogue, there's an awesome plot. The saddest thing about Firefly is it didn't get a season 2, and they made an awful movie.
So you heard it, folks. There's some eye candy in Firefly. That's always good to know. All right, so it didn't get a good movie. What are you doing on your back?
I'm doing a phoenix. My theme is space, so I have Firefly, which is space cowboys, and I have Doctor Who, which is, well, a TARDIS, if you don't know, stands for time and relative dimension in space. And my back is a phoenix in space.
Okay, now you know, folks. It's thematic all the way around. We like it. Now you know what a TARDIS is, so go watch the show. It's actually pretty darn good. We want to thank Melissa for taking time from her session. Actually, she didn't take time. She's still getting inked on the back. But we want to thank you, and this is Kahuna, and we are out. Kahuna for Tat-Stories, and you know what? I got the Hollis Cantrell here. Hollis is a tattoo artist extraordinaire, and we got to talk to him a little bit about ink in general, just to get his feelings for what's going on today, what do you think's going to go on tomorrow, and more importantly, some of the cool stuff he's done. So, probably let me start with one question. Okay. The first one is, what's the favorite piece you've ever done?
Well, there's quite a few pieces, actually. Like, I have a Star Wars piece of Vader that has a really good shine to it, because I'm a big Star Wars junkie. I'm a Marvel fan, obviously, with Spider-Man and everything else. My wife's piece, the Pinhead Pooh Bear, things that are different, things that are out of the norm. I don't like to just regurgitate the same thing that everybody else does, but sometimes some of those pieces are cool, so they're timeless. You can do Tasmanian Devils forever, like 1980s to 2020, whatever, they'll still be doing them. So I don't know. I like to do big pieces. I like to do black and gray, color bombs, mainly pop culture stuff. Anything pop cultures, 90s, cartoons, related things like that. Those are the fun ones, because I get to relive my childhood while I do them, So, like right now, I'm getting ready to do a Yoda and a Mandalorian, the baby Yoda from the new Mandalorian series. And for me, that's heaven. Like, I'm getting paid to doodle something I love for an entire day and then give somebody a dope piece of work that's going to be on them for the rest of their lives. That's awesome.
Folks, I've seen the baby Yoda. The baby Yoda's cool. Yeah. It's really cool. Now let me ask you this: what is the most interesting or embarrassing thing that's ever happened while you're tattooing somebody? Anything happened, like they fall out of the chair or something?
Well, we had one lady getting her back piece done one time, and it was hilarious because she sat there and she ended up getting up, going to the bathroom, taking a few minutes, comes back in, looks at us just straight on like, hey, and All of a sudden she goes flush, and we're like, are you okay? And then she just hit the ground, pissed herself, got up after about 2 minutes, was freaking out, said call an ambulance. I had an ambulance come and get her at the shop. They said that she just didn't eat nothing before she came in. Her blood sugar dropped like a diabetic crashing, and she just passed out, and they gave her some sugar. She was fine, but she was so embarrassed that she didn't want to come back because she fell down and pissed herself. And I'm like, hey man, it happens. Like, you knock yourself out, you knocked out. Like, you can't help yourself, you know. So, but that was one of the weirder ones. I also had a girl that was I don't discriminate, but she was about 5 foot all the way around, and she comes in and she's like, I want flames on my hoo-ha. And I was like, all right, I got to hear this. Like, why do you want flames on your snapper? You know? And she's like, well, I got a hot box. And I was like, oh, get out of here. So then I ended up, taking her shorts down because we have to shave the area too. And of course, I'm sitting here forming this woman's stomach, and I'm shaving, and I'm thinking to myself, is this $1,000 really worth this right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to die, right? And there's a million images that go through your brain. They say you relive your family and all that stuff. And I'm going to end on this big old cooter of flames. Like, God, I had to do that, right? Not my kids being born. That'll be the dumb shit I end on. So, yeah, there's a few stories I could tell you. I had a dude, there's this one guy. Okay, so he comes in with his wife, right? And she's sitting there, and he's like, I've been to 2 other shops. They wouldn't do this tattoo for me. He wanted spider webs from his asshole out, right? And the center of his asshole was the center of the spider web, right? And I was like, dude, you got to be kidding me, right? And his wife's like, don't do it. Don't waste the money. And I'm, dude, like, staph infection. Just the mechanics of when you go to the bathroom, you're wiping that into an open wound. This isn't going to heal very well, bro. Staph infection, whatever. Didn't care. Pulled out the $1,000, and I thought, man, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of this somehow. I'm like, well, I can't hold your cheeks and tattooed at the same time. So he goes and asks his wife, like, hey, come here. And she's arguing for like 2 seconds, and then I see her just give up. Like, you could see it from like across the room, that fine. And I saw it in her, and I was like, no, you gave up on me. And so he comes over, he's like, my wife says she'll hold my cheeks apart. So I had this dude ass up, swear to God, his wife over the back of him holding his cheeks open, and I'm like, dude, you rip ass. It's over. I keep your money. You do anything dumb, you make any comments, it's over. I keep the money. 45 minutes later, he has this spider web from his asshole out, and his wife's sitting there going, this is the dumbest shit ever. And I'm like, hey, again, this is something I'm going to end on, not my kids. Like, oh, Merry Christmas, you were 3. I'm going to be like, oh, dude's asshole. Fuck.
Folks, this is the world of Hollis Cantrell.
When you dress like this, you kind of invite stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, the freaks feel like they can be comfortable around the other freaks, so they come up and they're like, hey, buddy, will you do this? I'm like, man, this is just an image. Damn it, I don't want to do another butthole. You know what I mean? So,
well, I'll tell you what, folks. I want to thank Hollis for taking time out. He literally just applied one of the Baby Yoda, I guess, which a stencil. Yeah. And he's getting ready to do that, and I know it's going to take a while, but get on down to the Golden State. People like Hollis are here. They're great artists.
Some of the best in the world are here at this show right here. It's one of the best on the West Coast, for real. Some heavy hitters, people you've seen on TV, magazines, all over the internet, they're here. Like, if you're around, this is the spot to be at. And good food and good atmosphere, good artwork. If you're not here to get tattoos, like, pick up a piece of art. It's everywhere.
Well, we want to thank him so much, and you know what? If you ever get a chance, hit his shop in Glendale. We'll make sure they put it up on the screen. Thanks again, Hollis. We really appreciate it, man.
No worries. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Tattoo Stories out. Kahuna here, and I'm here with Liz. And Liz has got an incredible back piece. It's spectacular. It wraps around to her arm and down. I want to get a little bit of the history and the story behind it. So, Liz, what's that bad boy all about? It's amazing.
So this is my black and gray piece, and it covers half of my right side. And it's just kind of about life and taking the time to enjoy the small things in life. So it's got some roses and some doves, and it kind of just represents what we get in this world. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it represents life. Now tell me, why just your right side?
My left side is going to be a full leg sleeve in color, so I wanted to have the huge contrast between the two.
You heard that, folks. She's going for contrast, so she's going to have an upper and a lower. which is actually pretty cool. Now, have you decided what the left side's going to be yet?
Just full color about things that are not in this world. So, like galaxy, underwater, whole bunch of really cool stuff that's almost made up.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, let me ask you this. Obviously, we're at a tattoo expo. Tell me a little bit about your artist. What do you like about him?
He's a pretty cool guy. So he's really good with black and gray and getting it to look really smooth and perfect. And he takes his time to make sure it looks right. So I really appreciate that. And him being a friend, it's great to get tattooed by him.
So what's his name and what shop does he work at and where is it?
His name is Wero, and he works at Rich Ink Tattoo in North Hollywood.
You heard that, folks. They're doing some great work in North Hollywood. Now, guess what? I'm going to throw the mic over here, and I'm going to have him say hi because he's sitting behind us.
Hey, how you doing?
This man does incredible work. I want to make sure that he gets his props. All right, tell me a little bit about your shop and what you're doing down there.
I work at Rich Ink Tattoo in North Hollywood. Just black and gray work.
It's black and gray work. It's spectacular. And you know what? It's better than the 1930s movie. Folks, this is the Kahuna, and we are out.